Hey, what's up, everyone? To watch this video here for Monday, December 14th. Um, really nice week. Appreciate the teamwork in chat. You know what? I was just thinking, let's really bear down, and I'm talking to myself as much as any of our chat room members, and really focus and try to finish this year really strong. It's been an amazing year, and let's just try to finish out December with super focus and get some really great trades going into the end of the year here. Friday was really nice, and I'll talk a little bit about that as I go on. But let's just start with the daily on the SPY. Small gap down, kind of a narrow range. I mean, basically, there's nothing significant other than we're kind of holding on, we're staying above the 20-day, we're hanging out near all-time highs. I will say there was a lot of kind of little fake outs on Friday morning and not a lot of follow through. But we had a late day trade that ended up making the day really nice. So let's go into what we're watching for Monday. All right. I can't type SLDB. It's a nice looking chart here. Big breakout, certainly extended from the moving averages, but looking for a continuation day on Monday. I gotta love it. If it breaks 592 on Monday, it's a break of Friday's high, and then you have this other potential catalyst right here, which will be over 610, and maybe the squeeze can continue. So that one's pretty interesting. VERU. Topping, it got some tails, topping tails and bottoming tails. It's got some tails, right? So it can be whippy. If you weren't in chat on Friday, I called a Tokyo. Heard it come over the news squawk. It had really good sounding news. It also, what I did was I heard the news. I saw this, I immediately remembered this from Thursday that it had ripped. So it was like the strongest stock in the world on Thursday, and then kind of had this intraday cup and handle on Friday. So I'm thinking I'd like to get long, which is, a Tokyo entry. I called it as a Tokyo, rang the bell because Wayne was actually on the mic talking. And so I used the bell feature and gave the audible alert. And I think a whole bunch of us got it, including Wayne, even though he was on the mic talking. I think I heard him say, hey, Mike just called it Tokyo and VERU. So again, we had a big rip on Thursday, intraday cup and handle on Friday, heard news come out, and I thought, hey, I want to be in this because I think it's going to break the high of day, which then could cause a little bit of a squeeze. And that's exactly, look at that. Went all the way to 750 before coming in near the end of the day, a little profit taking. So a lot of us got involved in that one. And I definitely think, even though you got these kind of tails up here, I definitely think it's worth watching on Monday. It's been really strong. I had big intraday moves 2 days in a row. All right, REPH, nice breakout on Friday and a pretty strong close. Looking for the follow through day on that. I don't love this one, but this BIOC, but it had a rip back here, secondary one here, and then I would say quiet inside day, but it wasn't quite an inside day because it took out Thursday's low briefly before curling back up. So I don't know if this breaks Friday's high, maybe over 570 on Monday. Maybe that'll be enough to get it to challenge this recent high, and then you got another catalyst above. So I don't love it, but I think the chart's interesting enough to put on watch. QS, it's had some really good news lately, so it's super interesting to me. This is the kind of stock when you get a rip like this a couple of days ago, you say, well, man, I would love to have been in that for the gap up. But now I'm going to wait for a pullback. That's kind of my mindset, right? So then the next day, gaps down, and then pretty strong. And then on Friday, gaps down, and it's weak. So I like, now I'm finally getting the pullback. This thing was, 87.50 at one point a couple days ago, and now it's down to 64. So you'd say to yourself, hey, it's trading nicely off its highs, right? I like pullbacks in recently strong stocks. However, my problem with it is, if you think about it, it's had a lot of volume the last few days, and everybody long from the last few days is sitting underwater right now. That's my problem with it. I'd like to see at least maybe a gap fill down to 60. So if we get an intraday sell-off and it takes out 60, I'll be looking in that area on Monday for a potential intraday reversal. Other than that, I'd like to see another red day and at least get down to the 8-day. So I will watch it for a bounce on Friday, or on Monday, but for the reasons I just gave, I don't love it. Let me give you an example of an intraday reversal for those of you that weren't in chat on Friday. I called Lulu. Whoops. It had earnings the other day, right? And it already had one big push down, kind of a little bear flag, and then a second push down, and it was at some support on the daily and at the 50-day. So I just called a 5-minute buy setup long over this candle, 344.79, which right there. and just absolutely ripped all the way to over 356. That was a really, really nice trade, and a lot of us got that one. It ended up going out at the lows of the day, though. And now you think, it's, I don't know, the next support really doesn't look great until a little bit below, maybe around 320. So it's going to be on my radar, but I think it feels too soon to put it on Bounce Watch. But I'm going to put it on Bounce Watch nonetheless. I'd like to see another red day first. All right, so that's I would put Lulu on watch there. BIOCQS. All right, RVP. RVP, I believe, makes syringes. And had this big rip on Thursday, and then Friday it kind of pulled back some, right? Kind of retraced a big portion of Thursday's move. So I don't love it, but with the vaccine getting ready to come out. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this. It looks like the vaccine has actually been approved and it's going to already start shipping. I think maybe even today or tomorrow. I could be wrong about that. Always double check the news because I almost never watch the news. But everything I'm showing you right now might be less interesting on Monday morning if the vaccine news, if I'm right about it, and I kind of suspect the futures might gap up big. My least favorite thing to do to have happen on a Monday morning is a huge gap up for the whole market. It usually makes most of the setup suck, right? The move has already been made via the gap, so we'll see what happens. But syringe plays might be huge, and this would be one of them on Monday. So that's RVP. Which way? Go. I'll put that on watch. Which it had a breakout 4 days ago, and then has pulled in for a few days on lower volume, back down to support. So that just goes on bounce watch. Not exactly a breakout setup, but maybe an intraday bounce play. Laser, one of those SPACs, had a huge move. And now 4 days, almost straight down from 48 down to 28. It is in what I call the buy zone between the 8 and the 20. So it's a pretty good chart setup for a potential bounce on Monday. One more. VLDR, kind of the same as Laser, had a nice move and a few days lower into that buy zone. So that's it. I'm sure we're going to have plenty of stocks gapping up. We'll keep an eye on the return to normalcy plays, right? AHT was a big one when it looked like, the vaccine was going to save the world and all that back here. Now, if the vaccine's actually out, this is one. I don't have it on the watch list, but I'm just mentioning it in the video. If it's a big gap up on Monday, it's one that I'll be watching. And, any hotel, stuff like that. So we'll see. The airlines maybe, but I don't know. We'll see what's gapping on Monday morning. If anything, by Monday morning, the world could be coming to an end for another reason. So that's why I'm a day trader. I take it day by day. And I'm done babbling. We'll see everybody in chat on Monday morning.